Hey everybody, it's me Edward Jones doing a video response to Doug Mason's video entitled Questions, and I'll be sure to include a link to his video in the description box. The questions he asked was, why are we so special? I believe the us he's referring to are preppers all over the world. One of the things he said was, nothing bad happens to us. We're preppers. Bad things happen to other people. I hope I got that right as well. And he said, you look at, we all have our thoughts about what SHTF is going to be like. I remember I did a video. My last video was about cannibalism, and a lot of people do videos about the violence that would happen, in our society. And he said he compared it to what other people on the other side of the world are going through. They're, he mentioned some people people eat dirt, and I think it goes. I believe the way a lot of preppers think go in line with the way animals act during certain times of the year. You can look at different animals in the animal kingdom and ask, why do bears hibernate during the winter? Why do birds fly south? Why do squirrels gather nuts? Why do people prep? And I think it goes back to the fact that we're all animals. But I think something that's happened time and time again, and I'm pretty sure it will keep on happening whether 20 SHTF situations happen on a mass scale. I think it's something that it continues to happen. We forget that we're animals, and we forget that bad things do happen to us. Also, why do a lot of preppers, or why do most people who carry firearms or carry tools in their cars, buy an extra can of beans, buy Band-Aids on sale? Why do people like that also prep? Most likely to be preppers. And I believe it goes in the same line of thinking that the animals I mentioned before have. If they don't do something right now, things are going to be hard or even deadly down the road. And a lot of people don't think that way. That's evident in the things that we see on the news. That's evident from what we can look at throughout history books. Not everyone thinks that way. And I believe those who do think that way, they're ahead of the curve. I mean, they're not absolutely safe from any danger. They're just ahead of the curve from the rest of the animals. I guess it's not insensitive to say it that way, but that's just the way I see it. I remember I was going, and another thing is I believe that a lot of times in society, especially our own, we put academic knowledge ahead of critical thinking or just common sense. I remember when I was in college, I was a freshman, and I was getting my ass whooped at calculus. I'm not good at the subject, and I remember there was another student. We all lived in the same dorm. He did very well. He was a very good student in that subject. And one day it was raining. You see that jacket? It's not the same jacket, but I had a jacket like that I normally wear. It has a synthetic material that's basically like a raincoat. It has a hood, and I always wear a hat. And I was wearing that, and I was walking through the rain, and and I was keeping myself pretty dry. And I came across him and other friends of his that live in the same building as like I said, we all live in the same building. And he said, look, he's got a raincoat. He prepared ahead of time. And I think it goes, and like I said, I think it goes in part with just some people have a certain way of thinking. Some people can see into the future, whether it be 5 minutes to the future, 5 years, 5 days, 30 seconds. I remember a friend of mine sat in a chair that was that was rickety, and I said to myself, that thing's gonna collapse. And not but 10 seconds later, the chair collapsed from underneath him, because he kept rocking in it, and it wasn't strong enough. So I saw that, and made a call. Just like if I can tell it's gonna rain, I make a call to wear a coat. If I see that a certain item that's on sale may be scarce in the long run, I try to buy that item right now if I can afford it. Not everyone does that. Just like it just goes with the way. I think it's just a part of our brains that tell us, something is coming ahead. Prepare for it. And I guess it's just our instincts, and I believe a lot of preppers listen to those instincts. Some go the extra mile, some go the extra fathom. I guess I could use that as a measurement for what I'm trying to say. But some people go, they go up and beyond what a lot of other preppers go. And some preppers they do just enough what they can do at that point in time. So everyone has their way of thinking. I think also coupled with resources available. Should something happen here in the U.S. or maybe how about this? If something happened worldwide, the U.S. I would say maybe preppers in the U.S. I don't know. Maybe we'll be ahead of the curve in the sense that maybe we have more tools available to us than someone else on some other part of the country. They've been going through this all this time. There's nothing new to them, so they may be more seasoned to what hard living is like. So, everyone's different. I guess in the sense, preppers as a whole are a special breed from everyone else because we recognize just like other animals that bad things happen, or we're gonna die eventually. At least what we can do is put up some safeguards to extend our life, whether it be 5 minutes or 5 years, as long as we can, I suppose. You kind of think about it. A wolf. Always heard this thing of a wolf is caught in a trap and chew his foot off to get free. Because I guess they recognize that a wolf recognizes instinctively that if it stays there, it's going to die. So it does something. As extreme as it seems, the wolf lived. And some people they see a lot of these preppers buying all this food, buying all these guns, or learning how to do all this first aid, and they think they're nuts. When in fact they're acting like the animals that they know that they are. I'm an animal. I guess I'm better than a squirrel in terms that I can. I may have a faster way of gathering acorns if it came down to it. I may have bigger storage for it. I may find a way to categorize everything. But in the end, I'm still an animal. And I haven't forgotten that. A lot of people in society have forgotten the fact that they're animals. And they want to think of themselves as being above that. The problem with that way of thinking is that when the rug is pulled from underneath them, it's like you have being you're either in the white, the yellow, the red, or the black. The black is basically where you're not thinking, you're just doing. Most people, if they're in the white, and then you pull a rug from underneath them, they go automatically into the black. They just do, and through the course of just doing without having the mindset prepared for that kind of stuff, they may want to hurt themselves or hurting other people in the process. So I think that's something that also separates preppers from everyone else. We know bad things happen, so we try to be alert. We try to have a sense of situation awareness, which is always talked about amongst other preppers, amongst other survivalists, potentially amongst other homesteaders. So we do what we can to build up certain safeguards to protect ourselves against just things down the road that may or may not come. Most likely will come. I wear that coat all the time when it doesn't rain. Have people ask me, why don't you take that hot coat off? I say, well, it's not really hot. It's just, I'm comfortable in it. I gotten so used, a lot of parts of my life, I've gotten so used to that way of thinking. I don't really think about it. I just do it. So in time when it does rain, I have a coat that can protect me from it. If I'm in an environment that may be hostile to my feet, at least something may fall on my feet. I've always worn boots. So just like other animals preparing for extreme weather, extreme conditions, preppers, they're a breed apart in the sense that they prepare for the same thing that can happen within their own environment. And I think that's what makes preppers special. It's not that we don't think bad things will happen to us. I believe it's that we acknowledge that bad things can and will happen to us, and so we should prepare for it. So that's my video response to Doug Base's video. Check out Doug Base's channel. He does a lot of good discussions, picking at plans, and I encourage you all to go to visit watch some of his videos. As I said before, I'm gonna have a link to his video in the description box. But what do you think? Why do you think we're special? Please, any comments or questions, gripes, complaints, leave them in the comment section. Just please be civil to those who are also commenting on the video. But so video, I'm Edward Jones, and you have a nice day.